unholy. Harrelson's Own keeps my patience divine.
The work flat's out of control. Harrelson's Own keeps me cool as a cucumber.
The device madness never ends. But Harrelson's Own keeps me zen.
Life can be chaotic, but Harrelson's Own hemp helps keep you calm through any storm. Harrelson's Own consistently delivers you full mind and body homeostasis. It's an organic, full-spectrum hemp in a refreshing oral spray. Our nano-emulsified technology makes it completely water-soluble, so your body absorbs it immediately. You'll start to feel it in seconds, not 60 minutes. It just makes everything feel better.
It helps me just take the edge off. It helps me relax. It helps me be there with my kids.
I swear I'm like a mental ninja. Nothing can throw me off balance.
No matter how many things come at me, I'm like, boom, handled, next. I'm like crushing it all day long.
Well, some people take it for a release from stress. Some take it to get rid of pain. Others just take it for general well-being. For me, Brett Harrelson, it just makes everything about my day a little better.
Give your life a boost.
It's just the best you've ever felt in your natural state.
My happiness in a bottle. It's the best.
So to sum it all up, you're going to feel the benefits quickly, love the way it feels, and like the way it tastes. Pay a fair price, and you're going to thank us for it. We are so confident you're going to be satisfied that we back every bottle with a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Give Harrelson's Own a try, from our family to yours. Click here to visit our website and learn more.
And your website at the end of that is, hold on, it just says, it looks like it just says click here, so it doesn't actually give me a website. But if you Google up Harrelson's Own CBD, you can start to introduce a new type of thing into your life. I'm not totally sure what it does in essence, but if you want to go on to their website and buy a couple products, just let them know that you got it from the Voles Town Hall meeting, and make sure you write my name in the message to them when you buy the damn thing. Yep. Well, it looks like we got it. Looks like this is pretty well much. That's but just about what I expected coming here and showing up onto the show today. Did anybody get a Powerball today? Out of curiosity, ScoMo, did you get your Powerball today? Well, there's no ScoMo. It doesn't sound like ScoMo. Doesn't sound like ScoMo's in there.
I've been cut off from my local Powerball for buying too many Powerballs. Don't let me do it no more.
Well, did you buy for this Powerball cycle that's currently happening? Did you buy for that one?
No, see, I went in there and the mean lady at the gas station she just pretty well much just kicked my ass right out that door. Told me, "PE, you're not allowed in here anymore. We talked about this. Get out of my goddamn gas station." And that was it. I didn't buy any Powerballs this cycle.
Does that mean that you're going by Pronghorn in real life as well?
What did you think my real name was?
You know what? You're right, and I take back what I said.
Yeah, this is literally my name.
You know, I didn't totally get kicked out of the gas station today, but I did have an issue. I was trying to buy one, and apparently the problem is that you go to a gas station and there's only a certain. I don't know how the Powerball itself works. I do know that it's some form of a government structure in which everyone pretty well much puts all their damn money into a silver hat, as you could think of it as. And then what happens after that is you'll draw a random ticket, and that's the guy wins all the damn money. I actually extent of it that I know about, but I will say I don't quite understand what it is, why you need a direct bank account to buy it, and why you can't just use. I tried to use a Visa gift card today to buy one of them, and they told me that it wasn't working. I can't buy one with one of those today. Now, I personally thought that was a little bit screwed up because cash is credit card cash or whatever you want to call it. It's any kind of debit card cash or any money on a card's working. And I was even saying to the guys, he looks at me and I say, "You look at me like I'm sitting up here trying to use a Chili's card because the way he was judging me, telling me I can't even hardly use that. And I kept arguing with the guy, and I said, well, why are you treating me like I just had like I was trying to use a Chili's gift card, if you can believe that. And he was, it looks like you had a couple teenage girls behind me who was also trying to get one, who's just taking more or less of a crack of a joke at me. I mean, and then now there's a good chance that if those numbers are drawn tonight, my numbers could have come up. And you can bet your ass I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be showing up if I had all that money. But I would like to say that if any of you guys do win, there's a good chance that I worth at least a little bit of change if you want to spend it on someone that you if you got a little grandpa's money to spend, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've already written you into my will, actually. So.
Well, that's very kind of you, and I think I would largely more or less bet that I'm more or less pretty much going to drop dead before you do, and so I'd say at this point, might as well just give it to the kids.
What have kids ever done to deserve any money?
Kids are all right. I wouldn't say kids are too bad. I'd say kids. You give kids a couple bucks, send them to the candy store. That means more to them than giving me $50 to go and spend it on $50 worth of Powerball tickets.
Powerball is the candy of the adult world. That is true.
I agree with you. I do say that, and I'd say buying a Powerball ticket feels like you're pretty well much getting high. Right? It gives you a little bit of a boost for the rest of the day because you get to start thinking about what you're going to do with the money.
See, that's why the gas station kicked me out, because I was getting high off of Powerball tickets and pretty much just passing out in the bathroom.
Well, don't smoke them, don't smoke them, don't do anything like that. No. You do that, and you know what's going to happen.
Have you ever tried smoking?
You're going to start tricking a kid. Some kid in here is going to listen to you and go do that, and he's going to get his ass killed because you said that on air, and I don't want to have to deal with a lawsuit for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I don't smoke my Powerball tickets. I inject them, so if that makes it any better.
I think that helps.
I gotta say that's horrible. You know what kinds of materials are in receipt paper?
Probably
paper.
That
there's what's it called? What'd you call it?
It's recycled paper.
It's probably paper.
No, it's not. You get a receipt paper. There's some sort of oil on it. I'm not sure what it is.
No, it's just heavily recycled paper. I took a course that talked about this.
You're saying when you get this could be some Canada thing that I'm just not aware of. In the United States, here's how it works. They pretty well much give you the damn receipt. It's covered in a damn thick, oily substance. You get it on your hands, and it feels real smooth on your fingertips.
That oil.
Like oil. When you say oil, do you mean like cooking oil or like oil?
I say like oil. More or less I would say more or less like a type of tar.
Oh, so you're talking like Iraqi oil, not like cooking oil.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
How do they have enough oil to dip?
It's America.
It's not an oil. It's more. Yeah, I'd say it's America. It's a bit of a little bit of cutting corners, if you will, in terms of making some money. I'd say that it's a process of what I would guess is that they just pretty well much don't even bother with paper. I'd say they must even damn use. I don't even know half of what they could use. And you know what? God forbid them. I don't give a fuck what they use. Or excuse me, I don't even give a shit what they use.
I gotta push back on you a little because I don't think they put oil on the paper. Wouldn't that smudge
it's not oil specifically, but it's a type of substance like oil.
Why do they do that?
If you look up I'm sure you could find it on Twitter. You look up on Twitter, smooth oil.
I looked this up on Twitter. Why wouldn't I look this up on Google or Wikipedia?
Well, because I was reading a tweet about it a few weeks ago. There was a tweet, and it was pretty well much. Well, listen.
I can't find anything about oily tickets.
Listen, all right. Let me just say one last thing about it, okay? If you win that money, I really hope that somebody considers at least giving a little bit of money to at least get us a studio of some sort. I mean, at that point, it's like dropping pennies. And really, $700 million. It's going to cost me about $1 million to go to get a damn studio. Right now, I'm sure the average fan has about $700 in their bank account. Spending $25 on one of my Redbubble t-shirts is pretty well much the same equivalent of you dropping $1 million on me after you win the $700 million jackpot. I just want to throw that out there. Okay, I just want to throw that out there. I'm not going to beg you. I'm not going to come to your house and say anything, but I will say that if you ever win a big amount of money, consider, since you already have, the lot of you considered giving me money already, maybe considering that in the scale. I would even take half of it. If you want to just give me $500,000, that's less than buying me a t-shirt compared to the money that you have right now. And that's all I'll say about that.
I think that's fair.
I agree.
I think you should be willing, if you ever come across a lot of money, you should be willing to give it up to the forum or the moderation team as a minimum to participate.
Yep, I would say in general that's I agree with that. All right, well, I think let's start a little bit of talk about the Voles Reddit. Start getting the Voles talking.
Yep.
I'm gonna put up. Has anyone got any questions or any other rather?
Yeah. Hey, Bun. So I just before we start, I kind of want to address this say pronghorn in the room. I can't help but notice that your profile picture is different.
Yeah, it's a bit.
I just want to know, where you got the image from and where can I find it so I don't go there and don't see it.
Yeah,
let's go to do something.
All right, listen. I think everybody's just jumping down my throat way too hard on this subject, first and foremost, because I will say that in case you guys haven't noticed, we're about 5 days out from a little known holiday called Halloween, which is just a great time to dress up, have some scary damn animals around, and I don't know. I like this picture because I would say it fits the Halloween. I would say it fits the Halloween aesthetic.
I think it's really scary. So I think it fits Halloween perfect. I'm personally a big fan of it, and I want the website where you got it, not for reasons of avoidance, but even for reasons of visiting.
Well, I'd say I think the Twitter. I think I got off somewhere off of Twitter, I believe. I think it was. I might have retweeted a while back. I don't remember if I did or not, but if I did, all you got to do is just. If you guys don't follow me on, I think it's Elk and Deer 67. I think on Twitter. Yeah. I would say you can find a full picture on there.
Yeah, it's a great Twitter account. You should follow it.
Yeah, but I like it. I think it's a pretty fair picture.
It's a pretty cool picture. It's definitely one of the pictures of all time. What's
a picture of all time? Like, it's just a picture?
Well,
it is one of the pictures of all time.
Someone, Scomo, you mind describing what a picture looks like? Because I'm going to put this on Spotify the next day, and I want to make sure they understand what a picture looks like.
Yeah, you want me to do a little visual description, a little VD of
if you can, if you would like to.
Yeah, I can do that. So it's it's a big strong werewolf. And
don't forget I think he's even got a motorbike vest on.
I think
I see a little motorbike vest on the werewolf.
She looks quite cold. The woods are cold, so I'm sure that she's quite chilly. He seems to be helping in some way. Yeah, she seems like she's fallen down a lot. She's got a couple holes in her stockings on her knees.
And also, one detail I want to add to the viewers who are trying to listen to this is she has really big, huge tits on the picture. And that's so if you're looking to get any type of, I just think I have one of the coolest Halloween pictures personally.
Bun, you said you found this on Twitter?
Yeah, it was on Twitter a few weeks ago.
How's my microphone, by the way? I got a new mic. I want to make sure I'm not like blowing up your ears.
Well, I can't see it. I can't see what you're doing.
How does it sound? I mean,
oh, it sounds all right. I would say it sounds pretty good. I'd say it sounds
okay.
It sounds fair enough.
Sounds good, baby.
Thanks.
Hey,
I want to know what kind of Twitter page you got this from.
In all honesty, a couple of the people in the crypt, there's a few cryptid community people who are they tweet a bit of horny shit on there all the time, and I sometimes get a little bit of dirtier pictures. And they like to retweet a lot of stuff that's like this, but not as I'd say this is more tame personally. I'd say it's more of a tamer image than a lot of the other stuff I see. But they tweet out a lot of interesting stuff, and I'd say a lot of stuff that I also don't condone. But for me, I in general. I try to not see as many retweets as the normal person does, especially when seeing stuff like this, because most of the time it does turn out to be a little bit dirty or sexual, and I personally am not into any of that, especially involving big animals and whatnot.
Hey, Bun. So, excuse me. I actually know of a website where you can find a lot of really cool pictures like that one. If you like your profile picture. I think you can find some more. I don't know. You might want to write this down at www.e621.com. I think they have a lot of really cool pictures like that.
Sure.
I don't think that the image is. I just for the record, for those listening at home, I don't think that the image is inherently sexual in nature. Bun, I'd like to get your take on if you think images can even be sexual.
Well, I'm looking at this thing that Pronghorn sent me. And I'd say if in general, if you're looking at more or less the cartoon women and saying that they're sexy, I think that's okay. I don't know what I'd say about an animal, but sure. I think there's maybe somewhat of a thin line between maybe a woman that also kind of has animal features, such as we'll say a tail, for example. I don't think that is. I don't think that's bestiality. Personally, I don't believe that at all. But
okay, so where's the line for you? Is it like a tail is fine?
Well, I want to walk back and say maybe I can't really say much about. I can't say much more about it. I think that the only thing I know personally is a lady could dress up as a fox and still look like a lady, in my opinion.
Sure.
And I'd say that if it doesn't matter if they have we'll say I mostly watch real human. If I'm sexually attracted to things, I'm mostly interested in the real human realm. We'll say is more of a wrap up.
Sure. Now, okay, let me run a quick hypothetical by you. So this fox girl you're talking about. Now, let me to just so I know where you're drawing the line between is it a fox or a girl? If she came across like a doorknob, would she be able to open it with her paws or hands or what have you?
Could eat the door.
Well, I think that I will. Well, I don't want to say. I want to say on record. I don't think I kind of almost agree with Toad. I don't think it matters too much how she gets the door open with her paws. I think it'd be pretty fang if she could tear the damn thing down.
Hey, Bun, can I levy a complaint over here? And it's not towards you. It's towards Redbubble overall. So I pretty well much ordered a shirt, the 2000 Voles member shirt, about say 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I still haven't got the damn thing.
That's crazy. Mine arrived within like a week.
Yep, never got mine.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, Redbubble. I gotta say, Harrelson Zone, I think, is coming for Redbubble in my eyes.
I think it might be worth looking into a different company to ship out your products overall.
I might just personally start upping the prices entirely on Redbubble. I think I've gotten to the demand now where I think I could put up a T-shirt for $70 and at least get one person to buy it. And at that rate, then I'm just making about $20 per shirt.
Wait, so if you have a shirt for sale for $70, you only get 20 out of that?
I'd say more. I would say more down to 12 is where I'd be getting.
Well, that sounds like highway goddamn robbery.
Yeah,
to march up to them and just force them to give you the money.
Yeah, I don't want to do that because I think I always worry about companies like that and security and whatnot. And every corporation has military companies in their back pockets nowadays, mercenaries and such. And I just don't think that it's a battle worth losing. I think if, in my opinion, listen, this is life advice for everybody out there. If you're a cockroach at the bottom of somebody's shoe, that's where you're going to just end up and be your whole life. And that was the motto that I lived my life by. And just if I'm a cockroach, just smash him pretty much, got his guts all splattered and whatnot, I'd say that's all and well, a little bit of where I should stay in life.
You're saying that.
Go ahead, Davey. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I got interrupted. You're telling me that every corporation has like a paramilitary force?
Well, let's not act like Amazon doesn't. Amazon probably has a damn military corporation.
Yeah, they probably hide in their boxes.
Yeah, I'd say what they do is I can't even get a damn package out to where I'm at. Amazon fucks it up, or F's it up half the time.
Well,
so
Bun,
I
guess all I'm saying is I just want to know what I should do next because I want this damn shirt. I paid good money for that shirt. I want the shirt.
I don't know. All I do is put the damn design on the website. I don't really even get in contact with the damn guys. They just sell the shirts on their own and then give me a little bit of the chunk of the change. I'm pretty well much just as far as I'm concerned, I'm more or less the jester to them. Just a guy painting the picture and they go off to go sell it themselves.
You can probably email Redbubble, to be honest. I don't know if that would do anything.
All right, I'll give that a try.
Or you could try giving a phone call, I think, too.
You could even tweet at them. I saw Bunheim actually tweeted at one point.
They taught me how to make Yep, they told me how to make my shirts more expensive in private messages. I had a little chat with them.
You should keep those on the record just in case things ever go south. You don't want to. You want to make sure you have those messages.
What does the damn star next to Davies and Pronghorn and Skull Mullet's name mean?
Oh, that's right. Well, I gotta add you as a host. I'm just adding people there because I never pay attention to what's going on, and I just like to have a bunch of soldiers set up to kick people out of the room in case I don't see them.
Soldiers of fortune, if you will.
Yep, that's right. I would say that's exactly right.
Soldiers of Volchin. That doesn't work as well as I thought in my head. Volchin.
Like it's on Russian.
Pretty good, Pronghorn.
Disregard.
Well,
Bun, did you get round to watching The Hurt Locker?
No, but Goblin, like you brought up a good point, and I think that if I had it my way. First of all, I don't know when Reddit Talk is shutting down. I think they're going to shut down on Friday. So just to be aware for everybody, there's maybe a little bit of a platform change coming up and possibly one that will maybe be better than this one. Hopefully, let's have fingers crossed on that. But I'd say for the next town hall meeting, I think one of the things that I think we'll talk about is the Hurt Locker. I think I'm going to assign a watch, have everybody go out there and watch Hurt Locker, and maybe we'll just come back here and talk about whether or not we liked it, because it seems like a lot of people in here haven't seen a damn movie, and get some people watching it. We come back here, start discussing the damn thing. Maybe you could put it on r/movies or r/film critics or something like that.
Almost like a book club.
Yeah, that
I'd
would
say,
be
I'd
nice,
say
I
book club.
think.
Yeah, it would be nice, and I would say it'd be a good idea most of all, especially because you always get a little bit of engagement in that sense. You have everybody brace around one common goal, and I would say, in my opinion, the common goal is pretty well much watching that damn watching an Iraq War movie.
Yep. Can't disagree with that.
Nope. So what else? What else should I have been up to?
Can I bring something up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I asked you about this on Twitter. I can't remember if you responded, but I was thinking I've been discussing this sort of in the server. Have you ever thought of starting like a YouTube channel where you might like talk about voles or cryptids or like vlog your foraging and such?
Yeah, it's just radio show. You're listening to it. In other words,
I mean like a YouTube channel on
well,
Can I just? Oh, sorry.
I suppose I could put these up on YouTube.
Yeah, like, I just think it could be like a good sort of way to get like more.
Just to be clear, I'm working on that right now. I'm working on archiving all these talks and getting them up on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. Cable's doing that right now.
Can I just say, I searched up Bun's name on YouTube, and there's some guy that I guess he takes horror stories from Reddit, and he's taken the one that you did about running from some murderer that was in the woods behind your house, and he's read that out with spooky music in the background.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yeah, he paid me $5 for it. I got PayPal $5 for the post. And he said, I even said to him, I was like, this thing's real, right? And this thing has very serious implications behind it if anyone had treated it like a joke. And he said he didn't mind. He said he'd pay me the $5 for it. But yeah, as you look at my name on YouTube, there is a video in which someone starts reading out loud one of the things that I wrote. And just to be clear, actually, there are two different videos where people do that, and one of them, she edited a lot of my stories and twisted my words a good amount, which I thought was pretty screwed up. I think she took a lot of the stuff in the story, a lot of the details out of the story, without even asking me, and I of course would have shot that down. But the other guy, he read it word for word. And I think, in my opinion, that's the way that if you're going to steal somebody's story about nearly getting stabbed to death and their animals getting stabbed to death, which very seriously almost happened to me, I think that you should legally have to credit them aptly and not twist their words and tongue.
Is this I recall you winding up on a YouTube channel about an escaped convict.
Yeah, that's right. It was to catch people up. There was an escaped convict out of the city prison. It was up the highway a little bit, but the guy had gotten out and he was crossing around to my neck of the woods through the hills. I live in a very how should I put it? A very, very lonesome area, a little bit of a gully almost in between some mountains and a big patch of desert. Now, this guy apparently was up in the mountains about I think he was a couple miles away, but he was actually a murder. I believe it was murder. It was either that or a battery convict or a damn whatever you call him. He's a damn prisoner of sorts. But he was running out and he was up in the hills. Apparently, a police officer comes up to my house, knocks on the door, says, Bunyan, as of course, I know the guy. I do know the sheriff personally, and I have helped him out from time to time. So he comes up and he says, Bunyan, we just want to let you know that we found out a couple miles up north of you, a couple hikers just went missing, which turned out to be a completely different situation. But as a precaution, due to this escaped convict, he says, I want to take you and your animals into town, and we'll put you up in a hotel for the night so you can be safe. And I said, well, that's fine with me. We called the hotel. Hotel said they wouldn't take the animals, so the police station had to take my animals. But first thing I actually said to the guy even before I left was I told him there's no way in hell that I was letting the police officers take me out of my house and leave. I said I would die out in my house. And I would let me and my animals we'd all go down together if anybody was going to come on my property and try to steal it or try to squat in it. Because let me let you in on a little secret. The police convince you to get out of your house, and it's some convict, some escaped murderer or whatnot comes and sits in your house. You're not getting that house back. That house will be lived in by 17 different people by the time that the police say that it's okay. Because the police give up on a lot. The police give up on a lot. They'll start searching something for a week, and then about 6 months later, they forget about it for 6 months, and then they're like, well, I guess we could pretty well much try to get some more evidence in that case. And they're like, well, let's go check in on Bunyan, how he's doing. And they come in the hotel room. Bunyan's pretty well much suffocated under the hotel the shower head because I was not knowing properly how to use the hotel shower, got myself into an incident because I'm already kicked out of my house, my comfortable safe zone. And then from that point on, don't got one out from there because now you can't convince a police officer to head up into the mountains, into a little trailer and kick these guys out of your house.
I have to push back on this a little bit. If they thought an escaped convict was squatting in your house, you don't think if they were hunting the convict, they'd just let him live there?
I think more or less they shrugged their shoulders about the damn thing. There's just too much going on, and it's just almost not worth their while to even deal with a damn guy. I guess you could make the argument that, yeah, he is an escaped convict, and that might change the story a little bit with that contextual info. And in that case, if I would say that if he was a murderer, I'd say I agree with you. But in the case of him not being a murderer, in the case of him just hopping into your house, in that case, I'd say they wouldn't care.
So it's the difference between like a convict and just some guy?
I'd say that yeah, I'd say that's exactly it.
Wait, so could I press you a bit more? So your concern isn't so much that the convict himself starts living in your house. Your concern is that some random squatter comes by. Is that correct?
No, I think that I don't want a convict living in my house at all. But I'd say that I think that. Let me back up. So the convict's escaped out of the woods. Okay, he comes into my house when I'm gone because the police let me out of the house. And then if the police figure out he's a convict, well, then they're going to get him out of the house. But if they don't know he's if it's somebody that's not a convict, they're not going to do jack squat.
And you drown in the shower.
Yeah, that's exactly. I would say probably, or burning on a radiator at the side of the hotel room.
How would you burn on the radiator?
It's more or less when the metal heats up. If you got a hot plate or whatnot on it, you got that. Those things can really fry, and especially you got enough circuitry going on in that hotel room. As this hotel on the top of my head is set up like, which is a very almost primitive type of electric. I haven't done too much electrician work, but I've done enough to know that you walk into this place and you see wires hanging from the damn ceiling. You see even the damn ceiling lights off its hinges. You can kind of see how the room would heat up a little bit on the metal sidings of things, especially the way the electricity bounces from the side of the walls. I swear that I've actually sat in that room and felt the little electrons actually flinging back and forth on the wall. It feels like it's massaging your shoulders.
That sounds like a serious hazard. There's no way that a hotel can be allowed to operate like that.
Well,
I disagree.
Yeah, it's most of the time it's under the table type of deals. They pretty well much it's as easy as just getting a guy and a gal. That's the inspector is a guy who comes over and meets his girlfriend who's running the hotel, and they say, well, I'm going to let you off because you're my girlfriend, and he heads home. That's it.
But surely if you complained to the police about it, they would move locations, right?
No, I wouldn't. I don't think they do that. I think that they'd. I think more or less my experience with it was they drove me to the hotel. I had to talk to the guy about the reservation. They didn't even come in with me. I talked to the guy at the front counter about the reservation. Went back into the hotel room. Slept for a few nights. I think it was me, Clover, and best friend were all crammed into one hotel room, one queen size bed. And it was a few days later, they figured it out. They took him back to jail. And in all realness and such is the simple fact of the matter is just that nothing came out of the situation beyond a negative. What's the word? What is that word? What is anyone know that? Anyone want to play? What's that word?
Review? Experience?
I say maybe one of those, but I actually don't even. I already forgot what I was talking
I
about.
need every mic unmuted right now, guessing the word.
Well, I don't even remember what I was
Hey, what's happening?
saying.
Oh, Jesus. Wait, what are we guessing
Experience.
the word? What's the
Yeah,
clue?
well, that's enough about that. It makes me sick thinking about somebody coming in here and killing sheriffs. I don't even want to think about it.
Well, so what happened with
guessing
the
the word?
convict? Did they ever catch him?
I don't know. Yeah, they got him. They got him. They took him away. Yeah, I think he's long. And again, the fucking guy's long gone. Let's put it out there. The fucking guy's long gone. I'm living in the trailer, and I even got a new family. I got 2 new family members in here since then. So
he's back in jail, or do you think he might be dead?
I don't. Personally, I wouldn't put it past him. Just drop him out in the desert, but you never know. I didn't mind too much to look it up.
I wonder what you would say to someone like that if you could meet them. Because, maybe he was... I wonder if he killed anyone while he was running.
There is that theory with the hikers, but again, I think I'd rather just get off this subject entirely. It's one of those things where it just makes me feel like it really makes me feel like, you know what, I'll tell you what I'd say, Davey. If I got to see a guy like that, he runs up to my front door, I open it and I'd say, you know what you can do to me right now? I want you to stab me to death right here, right now, in front of my animals and whatnot. That way, police come up and they say, well, son of a bitch, we shouldn't have had Bun's firearm license taken away. And maybe if we didn't have it, he would still be with us today. And if that's the way that if that's the reason that I die, to have more or less of a final stance is that, and make some people feel bad about it after the fact, they wronged me in that sense, that's what I'd like to do.
If we need to get off the topic, I have another elephant in the room kind of question.
Okay.
Oh, God.
The subreddit has a new moderator.
Oh,
Cooper.
Yeah, but Goblin Leg's a moderator too, I should say. And Goblin Leg wasn't at the induction last week either.
I'm sorry about that. I was in Barcelona.
No, it's okay. It's not really a fault. I was more or less saying I was a bit sad because I think if I remember right, we had a bit of a ceremony.
Yeah, I listened to the talk afterwards, if that helps. I usually do if I'm not there.
I didn't say anything bad about you, did I?
I don't think so. I think you said that if I tried to overthrow you, you'd put an end to that. And
and I'll tell that to your face. To be frank, I will say that directly. Yeah, that's right. And
I wouldn't do that.
And I'm really I'm not. Yeah, I'm not afraid of that.
I can't handle the responsibility of moderating this damn community, so I'll leave that to you.
Oh, you're saying you're not even a moderator?
No, I mean like fully leading it. I meant.
Oh, that's
no,
right.
I'm fine being the moderator. I misworded that.
Yeah,
I thought you were just trying to quit right there, and I was gonna
No, that would be such an interesting to do. Just like accept the responsibility of moderator and then like immediately step down, but not today.
I'll tell you, if I got that role, I'd hold on to it until I died.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I couldn't
hand it down to my grandchildren.
You hand it down?
Yeah, like once I die, my grandchildren, if you'll have them, will moderate the Vol forum. I'll train them.
Well, I don't think I'm going to live that long.
Sort of monarchy under you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
I don't agree with the real monarchy, but
if that's the case, if that's the case, I don't. Maybe I approve of it. Maybe I do in the sense that it's more or less of passing down what do you call yourself? Goblin Leg as a moderator. Are you the secretary, the treasurer?
Oh, something along the lines of that. Some kind of that kind of thing.
I don't remember at all what you were assigned.
Oh, just like
you
I don't know. Pretty much.
Secretary.
Oh no, Cooper's treasurer.
Well, I'm pretty much the night shift, I think. I'd say.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's the night shift.
Thank you for staying up so late your time to talk with us too. Going to big.
Oh yes, I was awake
4 a.m.?
anyway. It's
Hey,
like 20
The
to
first
4.
one I've been able to. Yeah, it is. It's like 3:38.
I think I think Big Willis was trying to get me to. Big Willis was talking to Cooper a couple days ago, and he's trying to tell him how to set his video game to your time zone, and wanted to know if he could use your IP address on a VPN.
I don't know how IP addresses work, but sorry, maybe you can use Toads.
I'll just tell him I don't want to bother with it. I'll just tell him that I forgot about it.
Yeah, so who exactly is this mysterious Cooper fellow? He just kind of
be your manager.
Appeared one day. What is he managing?
No, he's the guy. I've talked about him before. He just helps me out with some of the business end of things.
Oh, so it's not like he's like more of a manager in like an actor sense or some such.
Yeah, that's what he wants. He's in Utah in film school right now. He wants to be a film producer.
Latte told me he was your editor.
I don't know about that because he edited it. I think maybe 1 or 2 town halls, but Willis has been one doing that for the most part.
Oh, Willis, yeah, that's a blast.
Are you paying him?
Who?
Cooper.
No, we split profits on a lot of things.
You're making a profit?
No, I'd say a good fair amount. I'd say I'm making a little bit of a profit off of the Redbubble shirts.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I noticed that Cooper posted about Call of Duty.
Yeah, I don't really know I don't know anything about that, and it's not I have a problem with the Voles photoshops. They're all fine and good, but it's just some of them are just too over the top for me. I didn't even get that. I think more or less I told him, I said it feels more like you're putting an advertisement for Call of Duty on there without my permission. And he said he was going to try to be in here, but he's in class. But I did want to talk to him about that, so I hope maybe next time remind me to bring that up because I don't know about that whole Call of Duty thing. I'm not much of a Call of Duty fan, but I guess if he wants to bring the Voles, he has a big plan to bring the Voles into Voles form into Call of Duty, and it sounds to me like what he wants to do is fine. What's that?
I'm just saying, if we do get a partnership with Call of Duty or something, that could make us a lot of money, which could help the Voles subreddit. So maybe he's thinking about the future.
Yeah, most of the time, whenever I don't mean to be mean to the guy, but there's a lot of yapping that I don't really understand a lot of the time.
You should
go ahead, Pronghorn.
You should try bringing Cooper in here sometime. I think it'd be really interesting to talk to him about his Call of Duty ideas and whatnot.
Well, he said he was going to try to show up here. His class, I think it's done at 8. He said so. If we go a little bit past 8, he might consider showing up and talking. I don't know. Maybe. But just ask him about it tomorrow or something if he doesn't. I personally, again, I think he talked to me a little bit about it. I don't know much about Call of Duty. I can't relay too much about it. I think that's something that most of the people in here are going to ask themselves. I more or less put him as the community activities director, in the sense that he's in charge of arranging social activities for the forum. And for sure, he believes that Call of Duty is the best way to do that.
I'm not like a Call of Duty person. I made my feelings known on the post when I saw it, but I will say, on the topic of the photoshops, because we do like those in the forum, I thought the lighting in the new Call of Duty Photoshop was very good. So I will give Cooper props for that and that only.
What do you mean? Comment. What are you talking about? The lighting?
The lightning. The physical lightning.
Oh, I thought you said lighting.
I did, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah, it does look pretty good actually. I like the
It's
quite.
nice.
Yeah. Why does he keep
Well,
replacing? Sorry.
I mean, look, here's the thing about Cooper, okay? I got lots of posts on my forum, on my Reddit page. I have lots of readers. Many readers that A, will pay for a lot of things that I write, but B, another thing is I do want my grandkids to get, or Maddie's kids to get a good sense of who I was as a person. And I think that it is a good idea to collect the posts and archive them in a way that I'll be able to easily pass them down to my Maddie's kids so that they can know what Grandpa Bum was like. And he's been helping me with that, and he's been real supportive in that regard, and trying to make sure that I'm able to maximize let my ascendants or descendants know more or less that I had readers and a more or less of an online type of magazine that I ran, and a radio show on top of that.
Yep.
I'm just a little worried because you hear all these horror stories about, someone's manager. It's a good deal at first, but then they slowly start to take all the profits or whatever.
Well, that's and we have talked about that, because everyone here knows me. And I'm very worried about copyright, and let me tell you, he has no copyright. Actually, one of the reasons he's the moderator is because one of our more recent contracts, I let him be one of the moderators on the Voles forum, and in exchange, I'd get most of my copyright.
So you use the moderator status on the Voles forum as a bargaining chip.
Yep, that's exactly. I wouldn't say I did it as a bargaining chip. I'd say more or less, I think you'd be a really good moderator on the forum. And how about instead of taking a lot of the book copyright, I'll give you modship on the Voles forum. Oh. And so now any books that come out, it's my copyright. And I get to keep those. In exchange, he gets to moderate the forum and put his Call of Duty post up.
Yeah, it's a good post. I quite like it.
I don't know about the Call of Duty post. Maybe I'll get the new Call of Duty and see what he's talking about, but I don't know.
I think it seems pretty new and refreshing, and what? I'm excited for this new esports era of our Voles. I think it's cool.
You said to use the clan tag Voles.
Yeah, he said that everyone's username is going to have the word Vol in it, and I said have them have Bunheim in it. He said that was too long. Can't put that in there.
Can I have Prong in mine, but it mean the same thing, that I'm part of the group, but be Prong?
Look, if you want to put that in there, that's all up to you guys. I got nothing. I will never play a video game ever again. I'll never play a shooter in my life again. They make me too sick. I could take Tums beforehand, and even when I'm sitting watching Willis play, makes you want to throw up. So you guys want to do anything you want, go out and just get some damn video game guns and shoot all the damn. And as far as I care, you guys can go into Call of Duty and shoot children for all I care. And the only thing I care about that is pretty much just keep it off of my shoulders, and I'll go my way, and you guys all go your way with Cooper on that.
Okay.
You're saying shooters are making you sick?
Yeah, it's motion sickness, I'd say.
Like, what about like Galaga, like the spaceship, the old arcade game?
Yeah, I wasn't really much of a Galaga guy. I did more Dig Dug. It was more my thing, or Miss Pac-Man was another one that I was fairly into.
Yeah, Miss Pac-Man's pretty good.
And but that was back then. They let it be. No, of course not. Because what they do is with those games, it's the whole board is pretty well much right in front of you, like you're playing a damn board game. And later on, you had games in the 90s and such, little medieval computer games and whatnot. And I played a couple of them, little story adventures where you click the little guys and whatnot. You get to click to go to the castle and such, and they'd show you a new picture. And that was about the extent of video games that I could do. I wasn't too much into video games, and arcade games, they're right in front of you. Call of Duty, you're 1 second you're in a damn children's hospital. Next second you're running up and down a street, and then you're jumping in. You're in Middle East, and you're in Russia, and you're in wherever else in the damn hell these video games are taking place in. Ukraine, I'm sure.
It's just the new locate. Like, I would think, because don't you have shooting experience in real life?
Oh, of course, yeah. And I will say that as far as I've watched, a lot of it, I do agree that a lot of it does look much like shooting a real gun.
Yeah. When was the last time you shot a real gun? Because yours got taken away a while ago, right?
Yeah, I don't even know at this point. It's been years. I know I've talked about it on here a couple of times. It's more or less not that I got it really taken away in the sense that I was more or less restricted from owning the ones that I already owned. And from that point on, I wasn't able to purchase more. If that makes sense. You had
your license taken away, right?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you had the license taken, well, you know what? I don't want to say that because I don't want to get you in any kind of particular trouble, but they didn't come and take away items from you, just the license.
No, they took them away because I had them all out in once. They were hauling my truck at that point. By the time the police were coming by, and that was the end of that. It was right then and there. But I will say that I also couldn't get in anyone's back, so I'm in a weird pickle of a situation.
So where did you keep them in the truck? I gotta know.
Oh, it was just in the back. I was going off the
just throwing the guns in the back of your truck.
No, there was I had a piece of tarpaulin over them.
Oh, sure, yeah.
What if someone got into that? They could take your gun from you.
No, I had trigger locks on most of them.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, all right.
How do you defend yourself now with like hard
guess you had the key. Well, I don't know. I personally listen. Hard Leon's an entirely different subject because yes, it does. A question does lead into something a little bit interesting about Hard Leon, and that's that. Listen, my. I'm sure people figure it out by now that my hope for love did not end in the way that I wanted it to, and for that it was unfortunate. It was a very unfortunate end. But we'll say is the benefit of that comes in areas such as we'll say, for example, what you do with your own property. And now the question is, what do I do with my properties? Listen. She thought it was unfair that I had trail cams out around the property. Because it's more or less cheating when you're hunting an animal. It's not human. If you're going to hunt an animal, you better see it with your own eyes. Now the Fish and Wildlife and all the other departments in the government around in Nevada, I've gone to every single one just to clarify and make sure years ago that I have full permission to take down any varmints on the property since I share it with a local business. And if the varmints are getting into the business, it's my responsibility as a groundskeeper, more or less, even though I own the property to my own extent, we're in a little bit of a sandwich situation, a little I scratch your back, you scratch mine. And I defend a little bit of the property. Now it's much harder for me now to defend the property when you don't have firearms. So I got trail cams set up so I know where to put snares. Now, just a couple days ago, now that Clover's long gone, and I hope I fucking never see her again. I swear I hope I never see her ever again. And if I ever see her again, it'll be too quick or soon. If I never see her again, as they say, that'll be too soon. And I just went out there and I was just setting up trail cams and whatnot. And I think I got Hard Leon on one of them the other night. It was a bit of a blurry picture, but I'm trying to see if I can get him back now. So, the question is if I'm able to get Hard Leon, how am I going to get him without a firearm? And I looked into getting a reflex bow, and I looked up into getting a crossbow, but I'm not sure if I can actually own any of those. One thing I do know what I can own is a javelin, and you might laugh at that, and there might be a little bit of a joke to you guys that I can hunt with a javelin, but I would say that I'm a bit above average at the normal javelin thrower.
Okay, so you're talking about javelin like the medieval weapon. You're not talking about like the modern missile launcher.
No. I'm talking about a little bit of a spear.
Right. Do you use a sports javelin? Like, do you just like go to like, because like they use that as like an Olympic event. So I assume you can just buy sports javelins. They might be cheaper than weapon javelins and go under the radar.
Yeah, and exactly. That's good thinking. Now let me take it in a different path.
Sorry,
what I'm going to do is no. It's just you're on the right track, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under the radar, quote unquote, and for to cover my own self. Listen up. Yeah, Bunyan Hines Butler, will never own a firearm again. I will never purchase a firearm illegally. I will not. I have no intentions to purchase any illegal weapons that I am not allowed to have. So let's see you use that in court, you fucking apes. And so, anyways, to go on to what you were saying is, what I want to do is I want to head down to my truck on the highway, start getting some scrap metal off of it, use that, sharpen that up. I got some good old power tools and equipment I can use to sharpen some of the scrap metal off that truck, bring it back, fashion it into a damn spear, and then go out there and just chuck it at them. I could probably, off that one truck alone, make 9 or 10 different spears. So even if I miss the first time, I could hawk those things like I'm I would say I'd hawk them like I'm a full auto trebuchet.
Okay. Yeah.
A full auto trebuchet.
That's physiologically, that is what I would say. I am personally, I'd say I could do that.
Isn't that kind of, never mind. I was going to say, isn't that kind of a gun, but with more steps? An automated firing mechanism?
Yeah, exactly. And that's,
okay.
In that sense, I am myself a firearm, I would say. Because if you can't get a firearm yourself, you turn yourself into one.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, so you like turn horizontal and shoot bullets?
No, I what I'm going to do is I can't run as fast anymore, but I know that I could cover myself in mud and get a little bit of pine tar and whatnot. There's a few bits of sagebrush, and I know that I could sleep myself in. I will sit out there for a couple days, rolling in the dirt and the mud and whatnot, just outside of where Hard Leon's been hanging out. Wait for him to come up and come around to the general area. And at day 3 or so, I got 6 spears on my back, no problem. I just whip them back, stand up, whoosh, whoosh, just taking them right from the back into the damn thing. You get 6 in one little circle. If you're within 30 feet, I'm guessing one of them's at least got to hit him. And at that point, I could finish him off with a hunting knife.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
I don't think it'd work against Hard Leon. I think you need more firepower.
Well, and you are probably right about that.
I think it would work, Bun. I think you could take Hard Leon on one-on-one and just stab him with spears and knives and stuff.
Well, I guess the thing is it's worth a try. At the end of the day, it's more or less about just getting yourself out there and really proving to the world that you're an expert hunter.
What's the worst that could happen? You know,
I was thinking about. The worst thing that could happen is as I pull a spear too hard, it hits my head and I stab myself in the back of the head. Even worse than that is I'm going to get the damn thing sharp, and I think that there's no question about it. With the rate that I can swing my right arm and my tricep strength, is that's gonna if I hit it hard enough, it will impale the back of my skull and hit through my brain, and I might die out there. But that's a very rare circumstance I'm hoping to avoid.
See, just don't do that. Easy. Just don't stab yourself.
Wait, you're telling me the worst case scenario isn't Hard Leon killing you. It's you accidentally stabbing yourself in the back of the head with one of your javelins.
Yeah, because I don't want to go out like that. I think I would rather get eaten by Hard Leon. I'd say if anything, that's a fitting death for me. I would love to get eaten by Hard Leon, and I'd love for him to pick my bones clean, because at the end of the day, I'm either killing him or he's killing me. And I think that if that's the way that one of us has got to go, that's the way I want it to be.
It's a warrior's death.
That is very, very brave and noble, Bun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's really brave.
It is brave. Could I ask a question based on this whole discussion of killing Hard Leon?
Yeah, sure.
Is that okay?
I'm thinking
Yeah,
about fucking gamer.
yeah. I think that'd be an all right question to ask as long as I can answer it in time.
I'd hope so. So yeah, so I noticed on Twitter, you've been interacting a lot with, I don't know, there's just been like a lot of talk about like cryptids and how you would fight them. Often we talked about the slug man and also the frog man. So now that we're like talking about javelining, I'm curious as how would you handle the Fresno night crawlers?
It depends on the tools that I have. What tools do I have at my disposal?
Any tool in this hypothetical,
I'd take an M249 squad automatic weapon, press the bipod against the window, and wait for them to get in the parking lot because that's where most of them are at. Is that there's a lot of footage of them in parking lots underneath streetlights. You get them in streetlight, you can hardly. Those things are so dumb. First of all, those things are really dumb. I would guess off of just looking at videos of them, and I just pull down the trigger, bam, 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 bam. I can drop 7, 8, 9 of them in a matter of just a snap of a finger.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's good. I was thinking about that earlier, and I was like, you know what, Bun's got an answer.
You don't have access. You don't have access to an automatic weapon, though, right?
Well, she said that I could have anything I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is a like if the police be damned, we're not on real life rules.
Okay, well then same hypothetical. You can use anything you want. Every resource available to you. What would you use for Hard Leon?
I don't think a lot about that.
How long was I thinking for?
A little minute. You're good.
It's been 5 minutes.
No. It's like a couple seconds.
What was the question? Can you repeat the question?
Police.
I know what you know what I would do is I'd kill them with the javelins. I think that'd be pretty fang. And I think that most of all, if I was able to pull that off, can you imagine the amount of people who'd be praising me for that?
But that would be so badass.
You get Clover's watching TV. She sees me on the local news. Clover sees me on the local news, Hard Leon in hand, and he got about 3 of my homemade spears in him. That she's going to be crying she's going to be laughing. Well, she can be crying while I'm laughing to the bank.
This isn't just an elaborate ploy to get Clover back, is it?
No, I don't want anything to do with her. I think she's good and gone, and whoever she ends up with, most likely, I think that she'll never find another man. But I couldn't care much less about what she does.
So I am an extremely nosy person who likes to be in other people's business. What happened?
Evil.
What happened with Clover? Why did you hate her all of a sudden?
I'm trying not to. It's one of the things from my personal life I don't really want to touch on too much. But let me just. I'll lay it out cleanly, okay? Let's say that the situation involved an amethyst ring, an amethyst engagement ring, which the audience helped me pick out.
Yeah.
An open park, a nice open park, a beautiful blue day, clear blue skies. Nothing wrong with the day whatsoever. And a birthday party of a family member of hers that I won't name. And that's all I'll say about it. And that's all I got to say.
Was it her abuela?
I will not say that because let's just say it was a very high number. What the birthday age was, it was a very high number.
Like 24?
No, much higher than that.
So it's like a grandma or a grandpa.
25.
It could be.
It could be anybody. For as far as I was cared, it could have been anybody. It could have been John F. Kennedy's birthday, and I would have been sitting there feeling like a damn fool.
Yeah, that would be a really high number, I think, if that was JFK's birthday.
Or Steve Harvey's even.
That would be a really high number.
Yeah.
65.
It didn't work out.
So she said no, then?
I would say she said no. It's a bit more complex than that.
What did she say? It seems like that doesn't seem like a very.
Well, let's say that.
Was there another bun? Was there another man there?
No, there's no other man. It was all me. And let's just say that I got halfway down the sidewalk before I could even get any words out, and I was already getting pushed out of the fucking place. And that's it. And that's it. And let's just say this: I never proposed to anybody. I never proposed to her. And anyone who was going to mock or ridicule me for attempting to propose can more or less suck my nuts, because I never even got to get even within a damn half a football field within her before I'm getting pushed out of there by her 7-foot tall son. And let me tell you something: I'm not a very big guy. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, and it's really easy to push me around.
Yeah.
And yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, bud. That's not.
Wait. So what event were you at? Because it sounds like there were several family. There's someone with a very high birthday. It's her birthday, right? It's a birthday that you're showing up at. Am I putting that together correctly?
I was not aware that it was anyone's birthday. I was simply informed that it was a family reunion.
Oh,
but I was lied to.
Okay.
Who told you this? Yeah.
Well, it was her daughter, who's been more or less. I was hoping that she'd become a little bit of a second Maddie to me, and we were talking just a little bit. She meets up with me, and we'll go up and head up to we'll go to Popeyes together. And I was sitting there at the booth, and I was telling her, I was saying, "Man, I just love your mom more than anything. I love her in the world." And I really opened up to her, and she did the kind thing and helped me get a little bit of a hint as to where her mom was going to be on a certain day, so I could propose to her. And again, let's just say I never even got to the proposal.
So Clover was unaware that you were about to show up to propose to her, is what you're saying.
I texted her the night before. I asked her what she was doing the next day.
Okay.
Did she answer?
Yeah, we talked a little bit. She was talking to me about how she had some important stuff to do, and she wasn't going to have any time.
But her daughter never told you that it was someone's birthday that you were.
No, she said it was. This is what I said. Okay, I looked at her daughter in the eyes. I said, "I want to propose to your mom as soon as I can. When's the best time I can do it?" And she said, "Well, she's going to be out of the house." I told her I didn't want to be even remotely near the house to propose to her. I wanted to make sure it was in public so that nobody could accuse me of hurting her or anything if things went really bad. Because her son is a bit of a loose cannon, and who was very, very, very protective of his mother. And I would not have put it past him to even try and say that I came into their house and pretty well much just pretty well much ate all the food in the fridge, kicked my dirty boots up on the couch, and more or less could have made him a little angry. Where was I going with this?
I don't remember.
You were talking about the guy who kicked you out before you could even see Clover.
Yeah, her 7-foot son.
Oh, that's right. I was saying to her daughter, I said, I want to make sure that I can do it in the broad daylight, and I want to do it and have the whole entire world see on top of that, is how I said it to her. I didn't say it was because I was afraid about going to her house and getting just pretty well much forcing my own bad habits of dragging mud into the house and whatnot, and just being more or less of a dirty guy with just walking into the bathroom and washing my hands off and whatnot and leaving stains in the bathroom sink. I didn't want to be someone who was going to let me ruin my own proposal through that route. So what I did was I was talking to her, and I said, I want to propose to your mother. I want to do it in public. When can I do this? She says, there's a family reunion tomorrow at the park at 1. You show up, you drive up to the damn park, and I'll make sure that I can get a time where you can do it. And propose to her. I'll help you out. Guess what? Guess who was in the bathroom guess who went to the bathroom when I pulled the truck up and didn't come out of the bathroom?
Was it Clover?
Nope, it was her damn daughter that told me to show up. She didn't even show her face. And I went up and I proposed to her and I tried to propose to her and everything. And that was that. From that moment on, I was already, before I even know it, I was halfway walked out of the place. They were trying to get me out of the damn park.
So why was everyone else so aggressive about you being there? Why didn't they want you there?
I think they more or less. I am a bit of a more or less of an eccentric a guy. I would say I would describe myself more as eccentric, and sometimes that rubs people the wrong way. Now, I wouldn't put it past her to have told her children that the man that she was in love with exercised the Viva Las Vegas mindset and did something that might have been considered a little bit disgusting to some people. Even though no bodily fluid at any time when I came out of the bathroom and pissed all over the hotel room floor and on the bed and whatnot, never once did my piss touch her. And let me tell you something. Even if it did, let's say it might have been a little bit of a revenge. If and again, I never touched her with any of my piss. But if I did, we'd be equal. If you get what I'm saying.
What did she do to deserve to get pissed on?
Oh, she didn't deserve to get pissed on. I'd never touched her in that regard. But I would say that if I had pissed on her, all I would need to say is, you remember that time that I was laying in bed trying to watch Family Feud, and you come up and you start pissing on me. All because she was looking at my internet search history and she said that she saw a little bit of something that I was watching on the internet, which wasn't me, by the way. It was my jackass nephew who was looking up porno on my computer. She sees that. She tries to get all sexy with me, and she starts to dribble a little bit of piss on me. And I say, "What the Sam hell are you doing? What are you doing? This is. I didn't ask anything of this. I never asked you to do this to me."
So Clover peed on you because she liked what your nephew was looking at on your computer?
It was more or less she found it on my computer. We went out and got a few drinks the night before. Came back and she said, "I saw some stuff on your computer about you liking to get pissed on." And I said to her, I guess I said to her, I think I was a little bit in the moment, and I did say I would like to get pissed on.
Wait, then this is your fault.
Well, but she put a little bit of a surprise attack on me.
But you said it was fine.
But she went off into the bathroom for a few minutes. I'm just sitting there watching Harvey. She comes up, she's acting all sexy with me, and she starts letting some piss down. And listen. The moral of the story is this: no matter what the situation was, a guy comes out, he wants to do a Dr. Doolittle on the floor. I can't really be blamed in the end of things when her family's kicking me out like I'm a damn fucking shame to society or a general menace to society.
Did you try telling them?
What's that?
You try telling them that she pissed on you first?
No, they wouldn't even say anything to me. They said, "Get out of here, get out of here." They're like one little kid, one of her little 8-year-olds, she was yelling, "The bathroom's that way, Bunny, the bathroom's that way."
Bun, I gotta say, man, it's like, to me, it sounds like you've described a lot of things here related to Clover, and it sounds like hygiene is like the center of your problems, your relationship with her. Like, you're afraid to even go to her house because you'll get kicked out for your bad hygiene.
Personally, I think you should post that on that. I think r/petty revenge. Makes a good story.
Actually, that would be a good.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Your broccoli. I didn't even see. I forgot you were in here. I haven't heard you even talking tonight.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're fine. How are you doing?
Doing pretty well. I guess.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I had a couple of questions. I think so. I've been taking a philosophy course, and we've been asking like a lot of big and difficult questions. And I was thinking, like, what if like maybe we could apply some of these questions to voles, and we could have like a good discussion here because you guys are pretty knowledgeable about them. Probably have some.
Oh, you got a professor that knows. You got a professor that knows a lot about voles.
No, he's a philosophy professor.
Oh, so you're saying you're saying your classmates know a lot about voles.
No, I mean you guys know a lot about voles.
Oh, yeah, I know a good amount about voles.
We're pretty good at voles.
So my first question is: do voles have free will?
It's quite philosophical.
No, definitely not.
How do you know that? How do you know?
All they do is just run around in damn circles.
Well, how do you know that's not their will? How do you know they don't want to run around in circles? How do we know this?
I personally wouldn't want.
Yeah, but you're not a vole.
If I was a little vole, well, I'd be more interested in building the biggest tunnel in the entire vole world.
I mean, maybe some voles is doing that, and you just can't see it because they're in their tunnel.
Well, you would have learned it by now because they got scientists who are out in the forest 24/7 practically these days.
Could be in some remote location.
But I feel like you can never really like tell what the voles are going to do, right? Like they're so hard to find and like catch. They can evade anything.
What? They can evade cats?
I mean, I don't know, but
not all the time.
I think
they're not really that hard to catch, to be honest. They're kind of little dumbass creatures
look,
that just go around dying. Oh, hello.
Hello,
yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, hello, everyone.
I got a vole philosophy question for you, Senor Broccoli, and if you can answer this, I'll let you be a mod on the Reddit forever.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
This is
a high stakes question.
A lot of pressure, yeah.
Drum roll, please.
Trying to think of a good question to ask. What to ask you? How many voles are out there?
My approximate guess is 16 billion.
Well,
any basis for that?
I've thought about this before. I would say there's about a vole ratio 2-1 to humans. We have about 8 billion people, probably about 16 billion voles on the planet.
Okay, what does
see now Broccoli got a free Ask the Expert, okay, and so and now I'm only going to make you a secondary mod instead of being primary mod.
I mean,
Latte's guess.
I didn't answer. I think
anyone else could ever have.
I didn't realize you were just asking him. I was just answering it for myself.
Oh no, that's all right. But I'm saying that now that he knows your opinion on it, if he gets it right.
I mean, the thing is, the universe is so large. Like, there has to be some form of like a vole out there.
Like a Volian, like an alien vole.
Yeah, maybe like trillions.
Space voles. Whoa.
Star Wars with voles.
So the answer is you don't really know.
I mean, I'm putting my guess on potentially infinite.
You talking about space voles?
Well, I mean, the universe is constantly expanding, so the number of voles is constantly expanding.
Well, what it isn't
accelerated
like,
expansion.
To bring it back to philosophy, because I believe that it was Plato that described a vole as a furry quadruped.
Did he?
So,
what are you talking about, right?
Did they have
I think
furry
that's
quadruped?
that's
technically,
no, I know what you're talking about.
Those were one of Plato's worst takes.
Yeah, I'm looking up Plato vole. It says nothing.
I mean, think of all
Well, I
the
think
other...
you got the wrong internet. You're in England. You got that communist internet. They don't tell you anything.
I bet Plato was one of those trolls that posted one of the not voles, but it was a furry quadruped.
You got to consider the fact that a lot of Plato's work was destroyed when the Library of Alexandria was built. And I think I have heard some people quote some things from Plato based off of that have been passed down orally through time, more or less. And then that's, I'd say Senior Broccoli probably could talk more about that, is more of something based in a philosophy class that you would learn.
We haven't really talked about Plato, mainly just like asking a lot of questions.
No, but I don't think how many voles, you were asking about voles' free will initially, right?
Yeah.
But I don't I don't think it matters. Voles don't matter that much.
They really don't.
They're just kind of
Not
dumb
fun,
little
man.
creatures that just run around.
They're kind of cute.
Really, just kind of stupid creatures overall. I mean, I like them, but they're just not very intelligent at all.
Kind of
I
like
feel
a
like-
troll.
That leads me to my second question, though.
Your second question.
So, how much is a vole worth? Like, if you had to pick
Monetary
between, if you had to pick between saving a human and saving some like number of voles, what is the minimum number of voles that would make it worth saving?
Well, it depends on the human.
One
like, if the human's a
person.
murderer.
One person, if like, okay, so hold on. I did the math recently on this. So about a person that is averaged about 180 pounds, that's like 3,000 voles. Okay. So I guess 3,000 voles to one human is the ratio, but I'm not a scientist.
Objection. What if the human's a horrible person?
Actually, no. I think maybe the person in this hypothetical scenario would be your mother. How many voles?
Well, obviously, I'm not going to pick voles over my mum.
Or what about Clover? What if it's Clover?
I don't think I would ever.
Oh,
pick
then I'm picking the vole.
humans.
If you
I don't
didn't
think I
the
would ever
voles, you
pick
could
voles
taxidermy
over
the voles
humans.
after,
I really
so,
do not give
saving your
a
mother
single
would have
shit.
double benefits.
I think I figured out the answer to the question.
Oh, how many?
Voles don't got free will because they're pretty much just like to scamper around in the dirt and whatnot.
What if they like doing that with their free will?
Why
Well,
would
in
you
that
like to do that,
case,
though?
in
That's
that
another
case, why
question.
would-
That's
yeah,
a new
why
question.
would what?
You answered the question, then he just asked you another question. That's question 2. Bun already answered the question.
That's how philosophy works. Philosophy is just a long string of questions, and they just keep going in a circle.
That's true.
Well, that's why I said I think the best thing about a vole is if you got free will, go dig the biggest damn vole tunnel you can.
Well, that's you as a vole, but it's not every.
No, well, that's what I think the smartest vole would do. Is he
Okay,
says
but
that
that's your opinion. You can't dictate all of the voles.
well,
Like,
he's
if-
got all the time in the world. What else has he got to do?
I mean-
He's got to just
Maybe the vole chooses not to because of like his vices. Like maybe he just cares about.
It's not free will. If you got a vice, it's your free will being restricted by a thing. Such as for me, I'd say that Monster Energy is something that I more or less do not out of free will, but because I would say I'm addicted to Monster Energy.
Oh dear.
I don't think anyone has free will. Definitely.
Well, I
not
think
Voles.
I do because I could tell you if I didn't have free will, I wouldn't have done a brave thing and going out and propose it to Clover.
You know, you make
Did you shower before you
make a
talked to
point.
before you proposed to Clover? Because like,
Oh, I showered real good. I had a damn.
Okay, I plugged in the
the
phone to the wrong thing. Sorry, continue.
But yeah, I think like no vole would propose to a female vole like with any sort of bravery or anything. So I think that's a good point.
I don't think voles have marriage. Like, it just
Yeah,
seems
they
like
just
something
have
they
se-
would-
they
Voles
just
are getting
breed.
married all the damn time.
Okay, well, have you ever seen a vole wedding?
Voles
Is there
are
a vole
partners
priest
for
that
life.
officiates it?
Oh, that's that's true. That is true.
Do they have civil or religious weddings? Do voles have religion?
Well, they can have their own type of little ritual that we don't even know. Well, I tell you, what's the ritual for voles trying to get married?
A wedding.
I would say they pretty much sniff each other's mouths and then they hump each other in a burrow. And that's
Well, in
about
front
it.
of all the other voles?
No, they kind of go off to their own. They sort of make their own
Yeah,
burrow
it's-
for themselves. And they
Private
just kind of
ceremony.
Yeah,
hump each other
voles-
and make a bunch of baby voles.
Yeah, voles live on their own, don't they? They're more or less just they like to just live in their lonesome on their own little property.
Yeah,
Would
so,
would two married voles even like hang out, or would they just get married and then go off and do their own fucking thing?
No, two married voles live together.
I can't say we can't say the F word.
The nuclear vole family.
I'm sorry,
There,
but
yes,
No,
that
I
is a
don't, I
thing.
don't think voles really put as much value on the nuclear family. They just sort of go off, burrow around. I think, yeah, they're just do their
Married
own
voles
thing.
sleep together every night and they cuddle each other.
well, I
Do you
thought
have proof of this, or
some
is this just your
Yes.
opinion?
I
Look
thought
up,
some voles weren't
look up
monogamous.
voles cuddling.
How do we
think-
know those photos aren't sort of staged? So, like, they got the voles to sleep.
I remember seeing a study that like voles will actually get depressed if they're like separated from their partner.
Yeah, they're empathetic voles. They're very emotional beings. They're sort of.
I don't think they are, and I don't think animal and depressions. I think depression is something humans project onto animals a lot.
No, I kind of just think it's made up overall.
All of it, all animals.
Mm-hmm. Also, you're right. Not all voles are monogamous. It's just prairie voles and woodland voles.
Polygamous voles.
Some voles do the whole humping thing, and then they just kind of go hump someone else later.
Hey, who's got a prairie vole? Does anybody got a prairie vole flare, or what's the other one I tell you? You said a forest
woodland vole.
My phone break.
Woodland vole. Is anybody in here? You got a woodland, Davy? So he's going to be married for life, I bet. And Cable's going to be married. Oh, that's right. I remember the little woodland vole group. Not sure what the biggest one is. What's the biggest vole brood you guys think in a forum?
Water
it's got to
vole.
be something. I would say I agree.
Those aren't really voles, though.
Okay, Davey.
Oh wait, vole elitism.
Yeah, he doesn't like water voles. He has some trauma related to it.
Right, well, I think that's voletism. I think that shouldn't be tolerated in this community.
Yeah.
It's more of just like a species thing. Like, I'm not really a fan of rats.
Okay.
That's right. Baby Shrimp Scampy was a rat. I keep forgetting about that. I also keep forgetting that Baby Shrimp Scampy's dead.
He was a rat fetus.
I keep forgetting about that, and I think that Baby Shrimp Scampy would have been a good mascot, but even if Baby Shrimp Scampy's alive, and he's pretty well by just a damn rat fetus, and that's all we can say about it.
Yeah. Maybe we can go and try and find like a mascot for ourselves.
Okay, we've had plenty of voles on the forum, and they just keep dying.
Latay's taxidermy is going to be the new mascot.
Yeah, the taxidermy.
Nigel,
that'd be a good one.
Better than real life, Nigel, who I hate.
I did make a suggestion earlier, in honor of it being Spooky Month. Franken Scampy. I think that's a good idea.
Scampkenstein.
Frankenvole.
What if we put all the dead baby rat fetuses together?
Yeah, we kind of like stitch them together. Multi-headed rat fetus.
Yeah, because we had we had about 4 or 5 vole fetuses dying on the forum.
Mm-hmm.
More like 7 or 8 or 10.
There was a lot of them. They just keep dying all over the place.
I feel like that's probably.
Go ahead, Scomont.
No, I was just gonna say, I'm sure that's probably like within the normal rates of vole death in nature.
Yeah, that's the lesson that we're learning is that sometimes nature just happens, and it's right in the forum's name. It says right there. Not my rule. It's just God's rule that things going to die. You can ask for all the help you want in the world. You could feed it kitten milk and whatnot, but
who says God should decide when the voles live and die?
Well,
I
just
do.
does.
I personally do.
Well,
it's not really up to you. God. He just does. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna fight him, and I'm gonna beat him, and he's gonna.
That's just not possible.
Wait, who are you? Who are you fighting?
He's going to try to usurp Bunheim.
No, I'm gonna fight God, not Bunheim. Bun's not God.
Bun is pretty well much God as far as I'm concerned.
Oh well, I don't remember him being mentioned in the Bible.
He's like a king, kind of, or a dictator, maybe.
Who? Me?
He's not a dictator.
Yeah, well, like in a glorious.
He's a benevolent. He's like Tito. He's a benevolent.
He's like a president.
One could say.
He's like the cool dictator. You know,
he's like Tito.
No, that's what a president is.
He's more like a George
dictator.
Tito was a president.
Yeah, I'd say I'm like George W. Bush is personally who I would most compare myself to.
That sounds right.
Oh, that's.
Are we getting back to the Iraq War?
Great.
We are.
Oh, that's right. So everyone needs to make sure you watch Hurt Locker before next week's meeting.
Will this platform be around next week?
No, it won't be around next week.
Well, we're going to hold our talks then.
But listen to this. Reddit in general is pretty well much not very good at keeping up with stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's still up here and they just forget about it.
No, honestly, I would be okay if Reddit just deleted itself. I wouldn't be sad. I'd be sad about the Voles forum, but everything else, Reddit can just delete itself.
That's a bit selfish.
Yeah, because there's some good subreddits out there, some good forums.
I have yet to find a
What about
single good
Shrew
subreddit
posting?
other than Pronghorns and Voles.
Okay. Well,
Name a damn good forum, Davey. Name one.
r/monster energy.
Yeah, I agree with Davey. That's a great one.
r/hot_dog.
Okay, you got me there.
I'm gonna write it in the comments. r/comedy necrophilia. It's not about necrophilia.
That sounds
All right,
horrible.
listen, everybody. I don't want to bring back the cowbell, folks. I don't want to bring back the cowbell.
Strike one.
Listen, folks. Listen. I need some.
not
Does
about
anybody have any recommendations on where we can keep doing these things? It's accessible for everybody.
Twitter?
I mean, yeah, the Twitter one is going to be the most accessible. But
not
no,
Discord.
Twitter's
You want to go
bad.
back there.
I like the Reddit.
I could
Well,
make
it's
a
bad
Twitter
sometimes.
account.
It's bad because I have to keep arguing with these damn people. But you know.
Well, let's see. I wonder maybe they changed their minds and they're not going to delete it. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, maybe we could protest.
Yeah, it's not.
Wait,
they
what's
just
getting
didn't get
deleted?
enough attention. Reddit talks are getting taken down.
Which is just
They're not-
basically
they're
an
not-
attack on our forum. Which I
a
think
damn
is-
shame.
We are the only damn ones doing them, as far as I can see. I hardly ever even see one
I think they
nowadays
should make a
outside of
special
world news.
exception for us.
And I agree. I think that if there's a forum that needs it more than anyone, it's this one. And I think that it's something that if we need to start reaching out and pretty well much trying to get more people involved in, it's something to do to maybe start calling Reddit up a shelf.
I guess Twitter would be the next second one. Sorry.
Language.
Nice.
Oh, I thought Elon
Second
Musk
best
was
one. That's
suspended.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we're just gonna. I guess we'll just wait and see. Maybe Reddit's gonna just shut it down for a week or so and then launch the full thing. But I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just have to see.
I was really hoping he just got suspended.
Didn't Reddit used to have like a public RPAN or you can like video yourself?
RPAN viewer.
What happened to that?
I think it got deleted because it was absolutely awful.
Yeah, it was stupid.
I have a medal
like-
on my profile that says RPAN viewer.
Yeah, I might have done that on my old account, which I don't have anymore because I deleted it.
Hey, Bun. So I've been thinking about this question. I've been wanting to ask you a long time. I just haven't been brave enough. I haven't gotten around to asking you. So I want to ask you a question real quick. Pronghorn to Bun. What do you eat for breakfast?
Yeah.
What did I eat for breakfast this morning?
Just in
Any
general,
morning.
I'm eating a little bit
better.
better nowadays. I used to not eat too great, but I eat pretty good now. I've been eating a lot of veggies because I've been growing them.
Okay. What veggie?
I grow a lot of carrots and radishes right now. I just got a big pick of carrots and radishes, plenty that are probably going to get me through the end of December.
Oh wow! In the desert.
Yep, that's exactly right. And it's more. I have a bit of a makeshift greenhouse to help grow the damn things. But what I had for breakfast this morning is I had some little bits of radish and Jimmy Dean sausage burger. Is what I had this morning, and I'll probably have the same thing tomorrow, maybe with some little carrot bits added in there as well.
Okay. What about it?
What's that?
What'd you have for lunch?
For lunch, I had a couple string cheese, and I just picked off a 24-incher I got from a town got about a week ago, a 24-incher, and with roast beef and cheese.
What's a 24-incher? Is that like
a 24-inch string cheese?
I say like a Big Daddy sub sandwich from the market.
That's
I can't even open this.
Big sandwich, Bun.
2 foot longs.
Yeah, it's been feeding me for a little over a week and a half now.
It can't be good.
That doesn't sound right. What's in there?
What's in it? It's just a couple. I only eat a little bit of a little bits of the sandwich a day.
That's irrelevant. It's more of the length of time in which you've had the sandwich that's alarming.
Oh, because I'm eating it too slow because I'm eating 2 little bits a day?
No. Just in Just in the terms of it's gonna go bad. Like it's probably been bad
like,
for like half a week.
No,
Are
yeah,
you
well, think
refrigerating
about
it?
this. Yeah, it's in the refrigerator.
But
No,
Bun has an
Mm.
iron gut. Bun isn't afraid of any disease or sickness or illness.
What about a disease that turns you into like a psycho killer murderer?
I don't know if the 24-inch-year-old do that, but
It could be.
Yeah, but
living.
listen, it's just all it's got is roast beef and cheese on it, and I ain't got the damn things. In the same sense, you could get a deli thing of roast beef and put it in the fridge, and you could get some cheese and put it in the fridge. And I've had a thing of cheese in there for 3 weeks, and it had due dates on it. It's got to be damn near the end of November. So I would hope by that standard that the sandwich, since it's the same ingredients, is going to be more or less the same length.
well, what about the bread?
The bread is getting a bit hard.
I think you should eat it fast before it just turns into a diseased mess.
I think you guys are acting like the damn FDA.
I'm
They
sorry.
are-
I'm acting like
if a
someone
man
who
wants
thinks
to
it's a
eat
bad
moldy
idea to
bread,
eat
he
diseased food, Letang.
Yeah, and it's,
This is
and
how
it's
the
not.
witch
Don't
trials
worry,
started.
it doesn't have molds on it yet. I'm still sniffing it every time I'm eating it and still looking at it.
Have you checked
Whoa,
every
this-
aspect of the
I
bread?
can't
There
even
could be
see.
mold.
I hear
moldy.
moldy.
Fridge? I don't know.
Moldy bread is healthier for you. There's more nutrients in it.
Yeah, I eat
Oh,
moldy
just
cheese and bread all the
pseudoscience.
damn time. Never gotten sick.
I don't. Maybe that's how they made penicillin. I'm not sure.
The
Mhm.
mold is healthy for
Yeah,
you.
but I don't-
Trust me.
Yeah, it's blue cheese.
I trust you. Okay, do you have any
Trust
proof, sources, evidence?
I'm just happy to
Really
hear
sick of all
that
this pseudo
it's in the
science.
refrigerator because after our last talk about food, you leaving food out with rats, it's just I'm
No,
glad
I don't
Did you
leave
eat the
food. I don't
rats?
leave it out with. I
Did
don't
you
leave
eat
it.
the
I don't
rats?
leave it. I don't leave food out with rats. I just leave it out into something, and God forbid a rat runs across it. But I wouldn't say I leave it out with the intention.
that's where the rat's
gonna
gonna go. That's like the first place a rat's gonna go, to the food.
I mean, if you
rats
do that,
are
you
more
could have like a
interested
talk
in-
with the rat.
Yeah, they don't care much about that. Rats' first concern is getting scraps from the garbage can, as far as I know.
Well, if I were a rat, I will say I would prefer to have nice fresh food than food from the bin.
No, I don't really agree with that. I think they like the trash.
Yeah, maybe, but like, if I were a rat, I would see a nice fresh thing.
No, I think they think of it opposite.
Oh, hallelujah!
Listen, well, I got some. Let's all just agree on one thing, all right? You might disagree with the damn breakfast, you might disagree with the lunch, but dinner all I got is the one and only lean cuisine, and I'll eat a lean cuisine every night, and there's nothing I can do wrong with that. So
That's pretty good. What kind of lean cuisine? Aren't there multiple kinds?
Yeah, there's all kinds of lean cuisines you can think of under the sun, and what I got is some sesame chickens. I got lots of ones with vegetables in it, with broccoli beefs. And on top of that, another one, what's the other thing called? It's got to be some sort of General Tso's chicken or so, I would say. But the only thing is you can get vegetables in a lot of them, but some are pure pasta dishes where if you put it in a damn microwave, you pull it out, there's pretty well much nothing but pasta in that thing.
How many
You
of
can
these
always add
do
some
you
radish.
eat for dinner? Just one?
Yeah, I just have one of them. And it fills me up all through the whole night. I don't even need dessert after that either. I just eat that and I just go right to bed. And I just get a little bit hungry before bedtime, but you wake up and the hunger is gone because your stomach starts to eat the fat around you, and that's how I'm losing a bit of weight.
So yeah, because like you're not eating lunch effectively.
No, that's dinner. That's what I eat for dinner.
I know that's because you basically have 2 meals a day, and breakfast doesn't sound very substantial.
I never have breakfast.
Yeah, but I assume you have lunch.
Yeah, but I don't have breakfast.
Boy, that's going to get you sick though if you get breakfast.
No,
You're not
I
going to get enough
I
nutrients.
don't wake up early enough. I just don't.
But Bun, you're barely eating lunch. You're not getting enough nutrients.
No, I'm eating lunch. I mean, like I said, I had a couple bites off that sandwich.
That thing should not be lasting you 2 weeks.
that poison death sandwich.
At
It's
most,
more or less it's economical. And I was away in Reno for a few of the days
Death
after I bought it, so
economical.
it was wrapped up until about 5 days into the damn sandwich. If that helps.
Start the day you unwrap it. It starts the day it's made. But also, yeah, like Davey's right. You're not eating enough, so I'm not surprised that apparently they were able to throw you out of her abuela's birthday party because you're probably tiny.
I always say
1
I'm tiny. I say I got a big beer gut, and I say, guess what, everybody? As long as you know me, everyone knows I'm just a big damn stoner. It just gets the munchies sometimes. But
Maybe you're very light.
No, but I'm not eating Ben and Jerry's ice cream or Ben and Jerry's. How you say? Is it Ben and Jerry's?
It's Jerry's, man.
Tom and.
I don't even eat those anymore.
Oh, you mean BJ's?
Yeah, BJ's. I eat BJ's, and the last thing that I had was I had the Tonight Show ice cream, and then they got what's the other guy's name? The Ice Daddy flavor, and that's the two that I'd eat pretty well much all the damn time for dessert. And now it's out of my life like Clover is, and don't even think about it when I walk by in the store to get the Monster in the morning. I'll see that thing. I'll see the damn what's his name Daily Host guy staring at me from the refrigerator saying, Bunny, I want you to come and eat my brand new ice cream that I personally made, which is a load of bullshit. It's more or less a marketing tactic to get you to buy the ice cream.
So you won't eat Ben and Jerry's, but you will eat Poison Death Sandwich from ages ago.
No, it's not poison. It's not poisoned.
It's healthier because there's mold on it.
Yeah,
If you keep spreading pseudoscience.
Can I ask another question that's like slightly
sure. I got to get going here in a couple minutes, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, let's wrap up. Let's
So do I.
start wrapping up. Maybe one or two questions, and then we can.
Which this is so irrelevant. Which flavor of Monster are you going for in the morning? Like you're not going for the white cans, right? Or are you going for the other
Not
one?
anymore. You know which ones I like a lot is they have the new orange creamsicle ones. It tastes like a little bit of a rainbow sherbet drink.
Sure.
That's one of the best. That is one of the best Monsters you will ever taste in your entire life. I can't remember a time I've ever had a drink that was as good as that. And it's one of the best. It's great. It's really effing great.
I'm just glad that you're getting some calories from the Monster at the very least.
Yes, I think it's about 70. I think it's about 70 grams or so of sugar.
Yeah,
in a full serving of a can. So that's mostly hits my sugar limit of the day.
Bun, I'm worried that you're starving yourself.
Nice. I think
I'm not starving myself.
He's just on a diet.
I think he's
he's
building up an appetite for when he kills and eats Hard Leon.
No, I'm not going to eat Hard Leon. I never.
You should eat Hard Leon.
You're going to get prion disease from doing that.
You might get superpowers.
Wait, what disease?
No, you're trying to gaslight me.
What disease did you get? Prion?
I said prion disease.
What's that?
Well, it's a little bit of a disease that you eat. The second it comes into you, it goes up in your brain and kills you.
What?
Leon has that?
You get it from eating deer. Deer can give it to you.
That's
I feel like Hard Leon might give you superpowers.
Maybe.
No, I don't think that's. I am not going to listen to you at all. I think that's just another joke that you're trying to make.
Have you considered eating
like Shoot the Miner? You sound just like Shoot the Miner is a guy that works near me. That's what.
Yeah, I know.
You guys sound like trying to tell me to eat.
I'm just theorizing. Like, if Hard Leon is a crypt, do crypts just like give you superpowers? Like,
No, they do not give you superpowers. They are animals just like the rest of us.
I mean, they're special
project?
cool animals.
Yeah, they can astral project. Like, he's got a point there. They do.
Any damn man can astral project if he gets his hands on some DMT.
Sure. That's exactly. See, that is exactly. That's why Latte's here. Latte's. But you guys ever heard of the new Voles script? It's called. What is our slogan?
Get with the program.
Yeah. Anybody can astral project. Astral projection is not a new type of superpower. That's something all of us have the ability to do if you really just believe in yourself.
Have you ever astrally projected?
A couple times. Yeah, it's a lot actually.
Do it now.
No, I don't. I'm not. I'm off the DMT. I'm off that shit. I'm not going to do it anymore. Or that S. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can't curse on here.
Why can't we curse on here?
I want Harrelson Zone. If they come in and they log in, please don't say the F word. I'm gonna have to move you to the audience if you guys are cussing.
What is the F word? Which one?
Prawn.
All of them. All of them.
Well, like flip.
Listen, just you guys are really pushing my buttons right now. And listen. You guys ever heard of a guy named Woody Harrelson?
No.
Yes.
You guys ever heard of his brother Brett Harrelson?
No.
No.
Well, he's got a CBD company. He does little Harrelson's own CBD spray.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get them to start sponsoring the podcast. So if we can go over there, head up and get some Harrelson's own CBD, message them and write to Bunheim. You learned about it through Bunheim's podcast. And I don't want them hearing that we're using the F word because they're a clean family company, family-oriented company.
They're a CBD
Maybe they should stop being such pussies.
Well, okay. You ever heard the Harrelson's own commercial? Harrelson's own commercial starts out, a lady says, when the kids turn unholy. She's a mother. She's a mother of some children. And mother of children, who's their target audience, don't want to hear F word or S word or anything if they're coming in here listening to the podcast. So if they start coming in here thinking, hey, this could be a place that we get some viewers, get some buyers into our CBD product, fill in the dots from there.
I don't think that. So wait, is this the CBD company's ad you're talking about, or is this more to do with? They have family ads for a CBD company. Really?
It's more or less ads that where a lady says when the kids turn unholy, and she's giving an example.
Terrifying theocrat. I think she should be in prison.
Wait, let him finish.
Well, let me just. Let me give me 1 second. Let me just show you guys something. All right.
All right.
Oh, is this what was playing when we started?
Listen.
When the kids turn unholy,
That's creepy.
Harrelson's own keeps my patience divine.
When work flies out of control, Harrelson's Own keeps me cool as a cucumber.
The device madness never ends. My Harrelson's Own keeps me zen.
Life can be chaotic, but Harrelson's Own hemp helps keep you calm through any storm.
Cold.
Harrelson's Own consistently delivers you full
And that's
mind
and letting you know a little fact is that's Brett Harrelson, the movie star, in the commercial as well. And listen, let me ask you something. Does that sound like a commercial that likes to hear the F word and the S word and all kinds of bad MFs and CSs and whatnot?
Maybe
it sounds like it was playing
theocracy. I don't like it at all.
A little bit.
So
Like they
we're
got
trying to
overthrown.
get r/Voles a Harrelson's CBD oil sponsorship.
Harrelson's
Harrelson's is a theocratic dictatorship.
It's
I
a
see
Harrelson's
nothing
own
wrong with
CBD product.
Seems like
And
a
that's
good
the end of
idea.
that.
Yeah, I'll go to the website.
I'm going activism.
All right, good night, folks.
Good night, Bun.
Good night.
Love you, Bun.